You might think waking up at 2 a.m. to pee is just a normal part of aging, but what if I told you it's not about your bladder being full? It's a critical warning sign of hidden inflammation and hormonal shifts you can actually fix. You do everything right. Stop drinking water for hours, go right before bed, and yet, that frustrating urge still wakes you up, robbing you of deep sleep. The truth is, the problem isn't the water, it's the health of your urinary system. For millions, it's chronic irritation that makes your bladder feel full when it isn't. And just limiting liquids will never fix the root cause. In this video, I'll reveal 5 powerful supplements that target the root cause of nighttime urination. And the number one on our list doesn't just help you sleep through the night. It's a scientifically proven powerhouse for your entire urinary tract, actively helping prevent nagging infections. So stay with me. And quickly, if you're ready to reclaim your sleep, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out. Now, let's get straight to it. We're counting down the 5 best natural supplements, starting with a champion for men's health. Supplement number 5, pygeum africanum, the prostate's guardian. We begin with a true heavyweight in the world of men's health, an extract derived from the bark of the African plum tree. This is particularly crucial for men over 40 who are starting to notice the telltale signs of a struggling urinary system, a stream that isn't as strong as it used to be, the annoying feeling that your bladder isn't quite empty after you go, and of course, the frequent trips to the bathroom that disrupt both your day and your night. These are the classic hallmarks of an enlarged prostate, or benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, and pygeum has been a cornerstone of European natural medicine for this condition for decades. Its power comes from a rich complex of compounds, but we're primarily interested in its phytosterols, especially beta-cytosterol. These plant-based compounds are the key to its mechanism. Here's how it works. As men age, an enzyme in the body converts testosterone into a far more potent form called dihydrotestosterone, or DHT. This powerful hormone is the primary fuel for prostate cell growth, causing the gland to gradually enlarge and become inflamed. The phytosterols in pygeum act like a natural brake on this process. They are potent anti-inflammatory agents that specifically target the prostate tissue, reducing swelling. But more than that, they seem to modulate the cellular receptors in the prostate, making them less sensitive to the growth signals from DHT. The result is a cascade of benefits. A less inflamed and swollen prostate ceases to squeeze the urethra, the tube that urine passes through. This anatomical relief allows for a stronger, more satisfying urine stream, and most critically, it enables you to empty your bladder more completely. When your bladder is truly empty, it takes significantly longer for it to fill to the point where it sends that wake-up signal to your brain. This is how you win back hours of uninterrupted sleep. This isn't just theory. The clinical evidence is robust and compelling. A major meta-analysis, which is a study of studies, was published in the prestigious American Journal of Medicine. It reviewed 18 randomized controlled trials involving over 1,566 men. The conclusion was undeniable. Men taking pygeum were more than twice as likely to report a significant improvement in overall urinary symptoms compared to those taking a placebo. The data specifically highlighted a major reduction in nocturia, the number of nighttime awakenings, by an average of 19%. This is a significant measurable improvement in quality of life. To make this work for you, you need to be specific about what you buy. Pygeum is sold in capsules as a standardized extract. This is non-negotiable. Look for a product that is standardized to contain 13–14% total sterols. This ensures you're getting the therapeutic dose of the active ingredients. The clinically effective dosage ranges from 50 to 100 milligrams, taken twice per day. Because these active compounds are fat-soluble, you'll maximize their absorption by taking them with a meal that includes some healthy fats such as olive oil, nuts, or avocado. Have you ever heard of pygeum or the African plum tree before? It's a fascinating traditional remedy now validated by modern science. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Supplement number 4, saw palmetto, the DHT blocker. Next, we have what is arguably the most famous natural supplement for prostate health in the United States, and for good reason. Saw palmetto, derived from the berries of a small palm tree native to the southeastern US, works on a different but highly complementary pathway to pygeum. For men experiencing the frustrating symptoms of BPH, combining these two can be a powerful strategy, but saw palmetto is also a formidable contender on its own. The magic here lies within the fatty acids and plant sterols concentrated in the oily extract of the berries. Their primary mission is to directly inhibit a key enzyme named 5-alpha reductase. Think of this enzyme as a factory inside your body that converts regular testosterone into the super-potent DHT. By slowing down this factory's production line, saw palmetto effectively lowers the concentration of DHT specifically within the prostate tissue. Less DHT means less fuel for the fire of prostate cell growth. This helps to slow, and in some cases even halt, the enlargement of the gland. It's a beautifully direct mechanism that addresses the hormonal root of the problem. A prostate that is no longer being aggressively stimulated to grow becomes calmer and less inflamed, relieving pressure on the bladder and urethra and leading to a significant decrease in urinary urgency and frequency, especially during those precious sleeping hours. The scientific literature on saw palmetto is vast. One of the cornerstone studies, published in the journal Urology, was a long-term trial that followed men with moderate BPH for 2 years. The group taking a high-quality saw palmetto extract demonstrated a clinically significant improvement in their International Prostate Symptom Score, IPSS. This wasn't just a vague feeling of being better, it was a measured improvement in flow rate, a reduction in the sensation of incomplete emptying, and most importantly for our conversation, a tangible reduction in the number of times they were forced out of bed to urinate. However, buyer beware, the quality and form of saw palmetto are absolutely critical. Ineffective, cheap products have flooded the market and led to some confusing study results. You must look for an oil extract from the berries, often referred to as a supercritical CO2 extract. A simple powder of dried berries is nearly useless. The label must specify that it is standardized to contain 85% to 95% fatty acids and sterols. This is the form used in virtually all successful clinical trials. The standard effective dose is 320 milligrams per day. You can take this all at once or split it into 260 milligram doses with your morning and evening meals to maintain stable levels in your system. Consistency is your best friend here. What has been your experience with common men's health supplements? Share your story in the comments. It could really help someone else in the community. But what if your problem isn't just about the prostate? Or what if you're a woman dealing with bladder irritation and that constant nagging urge to go? That brings us to a surprising hero for both sexes, supplement number 3, stinging nettle root. Yes, the very same plant that causes a painful rash is a source of profound medicinal benefit when you use its root. For men, nettle root is the perfect partner to saw palmetto. It attacks the problem from 2 additional angles. First, it also contains compounds that gently inhibit the 5-alpha reductase enzyme, adding to the DHT lowering effect. But its truly unique contribution is its ability to inhibit another enzyme, aromatase. Aromatase is the factory that converts testosterone into estrogen. As men age, this conversion can become overactive, leading to higher estrogen levels that also contribute to prostate cell growth. By inhibiting both of these enzymes, nettle root provides a more complete hormonal rebalancing act. It also contains compounds that bind to sex hormone-binding globulin, SHBG, which prevents this carrier protein from binding up your free testosterone, leaving more of it available to do its proper job. For women, the mechanism is entirely different, but just as relevant. For women suffering from nocturia, the root cause is often an overactive bladder, OAB, or interstitial cystitis, conditions characterized by chronic inflammation and irritation of the bladder wall. Nettle root is rich in anti-inflammatory compounds, including specific lignans, that directly soothe the smooth muscle tissue of the bladder. This calming effect reduces bladder spasms and the false signals of urgency that wake you up when your bladder isn't even full. It helps to restore normal bladder sensation and capacity over time. The science backs this up for both uses. A pivotal 2013 randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial, the gold standard of research, focused on men with BPH. The results, published in the Indian Journal of Urology, were clear. After 8 weeks, the nettle root group experienced a dramatic improvement in their symptom scores, with a statistically significant reduction in nocturia compared to the placebo group. For its anti-inflammatory properties, numerous in vitro studies have confirmed its ability to reduce the inflammatory markers that are often elevated in bladder conditions. When shopping, it is essential to get nettle root extract, not nettle leaf extract. They have very different chemical profiles and uses. A standard dose for urinary health is between 300 and 600 milligrams of a concentrated extract per day, usually split into 2 doses. While it can be made into a tea, to avoid consuming extra liquids, the capsule form taken during the day with meals is by far the superior choice for tackling nocturia. From a garden pest to a powerful medicine, it's amazing what nature provides. Have you ever used a weed for a health purpose? I'd love to hear about it. That theme of calming down irritation brings us directly to our next supplement. If your issue feels less hormonal and more about a system that is just generally inflamed and oversensitive, this one is for you. Supplement number 2, Epilobium angustifolium, fireweed, the inflammation soother. Here we have a botanical that is less known in the mainstream supplement world, but is a rising star backed by a long history of use in traditional European medicine for all manner of bladder and prostate ailments. Commonly known as fireweed or willow herb, this plant is a powerhouse of anti-inflammatory compounds, making it a superb choice for both men and women. The star of the show in fireweed is a unique and highly potent polyphenol called ornithine B. This single compound is a triple threat. First, for men, it is a remarkably effective inhibitor of both the 5-alpha reductase and aromatase enzymes, providing a broad-spectrum hormonal support similar to nettle root but through a different molecular structure. But its primary benefit, which applies to everyone, is its incredible anti-inflammatory action. Ornithine B works to quell the production of pro-inflammatory prostaglandins in the body. Imagine the lining of your bladder or the tissue of your prostate is on fire at a low cellular level. This is chronic inflammation. It makes the tissues hypersensitive, swollen, and reactive. They send emergency signals, you need to pee now, even when there's no real emergency. Fireweed, and specifically ornithine B, acts like a precision-guided extinguisher for that fire. It calms the tissues, reduces the swelling, and dials down the hypersensitivity. This allows the bladder to fill to a normal capacity before it sends a signal, restoring a natural rhythm and keeping you asleep. Its potent antioxidant properties also protect the delicate cells of the entire urinary tract from oxidative stress and damage. The scientific validation for this is growing rapidly. A key study in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology investigated a fireweed extract's effect on prostate cells in a lab setting. The researchers confirmed its potent anti-proliferative and anti-inflammatory effects, validating its traditional use for BPH. Another study published in Phytotherapy Research specifically isolated ornithine B and demonstrated its powerful ability to reduce inflammatory markers, confirming it as the primary active ingredient responsible for the herb's benefits. Fireweed is most often sold as a dried herb for tea or as a concentrated extract in capsules. Given our goal, the capsule form is the only one to consider. A typical therapeutic dose of a high-quality extract is around 500 milligrams per day. You can take this all at once with a meal. This is a supplement that gets to the very heart of the problem for so many, calming an irritated and overactive system. Let's do a quick poll in the comments. Is inflammation a health concern you're actively trying to manage in your life? Just type yes or no. And now for our number 1 spot. While the others are fantastic for hormonal balance and inflammation, this one tackles a different, incredibly common, and often overlooked cause of urinary frequency, low-grade bacterial irritation. It's the bladder's ultimate defender. Supplement number 1, cranberry, the bladder's shield. The humble cranberry has earned its #1 position not just through popularity, but through an avalanche of scientific evidence supporting a unique and brilliant mechanism of action. Many people mistakenly think cranberry juice kills bacteria like an antibiotic. It does not. Its power is far more elegant. Cranberries are uniquely rich in a special class of antioxidants called A-type proanthocyanidins, or PACs. Here's the genius of how they work. The vast majority of urinary tract issues, including full-blown UTIs and the more subtle chronic irritation that causes nocturia, are caused by E. coli bacteria. These bacteria have tiny finger-like appendages that they use to latch onto the walls of your bladder. Once attached, they colonize, create a biofilm, and cause constant low-grade inflammation, making your bladder perpetually sensitive and irritable. The A-type PACs found in cranberry are anti-adhesive. They function like a Teflon coating for your bladder wall. They bind to the bacteria's appendages, making it impossible for them to get a grip. Unable to stick, the bacteria are simply and harmlessly flushed out the next time you urinate. By preventing this bacterial adhesion, you remove a primary source of chronic irritation. Your bladder lining can finally heal, the inflammation subsides, and the false alarms of urgency begin to fade away. This is why cranberry is so effective at preventing UTIs, and by extension, calming the symptoms of an overactive bladder caused by this underlying bacterial burden. The evidence here is as solid as it gets. A landmark systematic review by the Cochrane Collaboration, the global gold standard for assessing medical evidence, analyzed 24 different studies. Their definitive conclusion was that cranberry products significantly reduce the incidence of recurrent UTIs, especially in women. For Nocturia, this is key. Fewer bacteria mean less irritation, a calmer bladder, and more sleep. Now, for the most critical point, the delivery method is everything. Reaching for a bottle of Ocean Spray cranberry juice cocktail is one of the worst things you can do. These products are loaded with sugar, which feeds bad bacteria and worsens inflammation, and contain trivial amounts of the active PACs. Drinking any large volume of liquid before bed is also completely self-defeating. The only effective strategy is to use a high-potency, unsweetened cranberry extract in capsule or powder form. The label must be standardized to certify a minimum of 36 milligrams of PACs per dose, measured by the BLDMAC method. This is the clinically validated dose. This approach provides all the anti-adhesion benefits with zero sugar and zero unwanted liquid. Now, I know what you might be thinking. These supplements sound great, but are they enough? What other lifestyle habits can I adopt to guarantee I sleep through the night? Don't worry, here are 5 simple, non-negotiable rules to complement your supplement routine. Number 1, timing is everything. This is the golden rule. You must stop all liquid intake for a minimum of 3 hours before your planned bedtime. This isn't just water. This means no tea, no juice, no soda, nothing. Give your body ample time to process and excrete any fluids well before you lie down. Number 2, master the double void. Just before you get into bed, go to the bathroom as you normally would. When you think you're finished, stand up for a moment, take a deep breath, then sit back down and try to go again. This technique, called double voiding, can help release that last ounce of urine that often remains, ensuring your bladder is as empty as it can possibly be. Number 3, slash your sodium. A high-salt diet, especially in the evening, is a hidden cause of nocturia. Your body retains water to dilute the excess sodium during the day. When you lie down to sleep, your kidneys get to work filtering this excess fluid, filling your bladder while you're trying to rest. Avoid processed foods, canned soups, and salty snacks, especially at dinner. Number 4, elevate your legs. About an hour before you go to bed, lie down and prop your legs up against a wall or on a stack of pillows. This simple action helps the fluid that is pooled in your ankles and lower legs during the day to re-enter your bloodstream. Your body can then process this fluid and you can urinate it out before you go to sleep, not after. Number 5, be patient and consistent. These natural supplements are not like a sleeping pill that works in one night. They work by gradually reducing inflammation, balancing hormones, and healing tissues. You must be consistent and take them every single day as directed. Give them at least 4 to 8 weeks to build up in your system and exert their full healing effects. So my friends, today we talked about more than just supplements. We talked about taking back control over your nights. We talked about how to use small, wise steps to reclaim the deep, restorative sleep that you truly deserve. It's about understanding that waking up constantly is not your destiny, but a biological issue with real, natural solutions. I'm not asking you to change your whole life or buy all 5 of these today. Just pick the one supplement that resonated with you the most based on your symptoms. Was it the prostate-focused power of pygeum or saw palmetto, the dual action of nettle root, the inflammation-soothing fireweed, or the protective shield of cranberry? Just pick one and try it consistently. Observe how you feel. Which one will you try first? Let me know your choice in the comments. And if this video gave you a sense of hope and some actionable steps, just type the word HOPE. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so we can continue this health journey together. Take care, may your nights be quiet and your mornings bright. I'll see you in the next video.